So I'm gonna turn it over to her. Actually, wait, is she still on the call with us? Sarah, you here? There you are.
Yes, I'm right
Great.
here.
Okay, we're
And
gonna turn it
I
over to
have
you.
permission to share my screen. I think it should let me. Let me see. All right. Um, Give me 1 second. Sorry.
No problem. Take your time. It's always
Yeah.
takes a moment to figure it out. It's all fine.
Okay. Can you guys all see my screen?
Hmm.
Okay, great. So, to start off, I'm Sarah Berman. I'm a third year medical student at Midwestern University in Arizona. I work also at medical dermatology specialist in Phoenix under our principal investigator, Dr. Natalie Zaytouni. And I'm here to discuss one of our clinical trials that we currently have going on and that we're actively enrolling for patients with multiple basal cell carcinoma. Um, so I don't really need to go over what Gorlin syndrome is.
Sorry,
So I'm
your
going to skip.
slides went away.
They did? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
at least for my screen.
Did they
Mine
go
as
away for
well.
everyone else?
Yeah, we
Huh.
saw it, and now we just see your speaking face, which also works, but
Great.
we can try it again.
That's weird. Okay, let's see. How about now?
Got it. Looks good.
I'm just going to keep it on this, not the
Okay.
presentation mode. Okay, so I'm going to skip over this slide. So I'm sure you all are aware of current treatment options. If not, I'm going to quickly go over them. Mohs is a surgical procedure that is the current gold standard for treating patients with multiple basal cell carcinoma. There's also systemic therapies, oral treatments called hedgehog inhibitors that are also these are FDA approved. However, most patients experience a lot of side effects with long-term use. There's also IV infusion therapy with cemiplimab. And then there's photodynamic therapy using red light or blue light, which is also done, however, it's done off-label. So our approach is utilizing combination therapy using the sunitinib, which is the oral hedgehog inhibitor, with blue light photodynamic therapy. The reason being is we're trying to target the skin cancer both systemically and locally at the same time with the photodynamic therapy. Um, and the reason, sorry, was there a question? Sorry. Um, so with our study, it is a phase 1 clinical trial. Patients need to have at least 3 basal cell carcinomas. And they would be given, if they qualify, sunitinib. They would be taking it every single day for 90 days. And then they would also be completing 3 photodynamic therapy sessions, which is where a patient would be sitting under a light for 16 minutes and 40 seconds to be exact in this study. And that's after we would apply the Levulan. And this trial is no cost to the patient. Of course, it's done at our site in Phoenix, Arizona. So that would be the only, I guess, cost would be if you don't live around here. Some possible side effects are known with sunitinib, which include muscle cramps, possible hair thinning, taste changes like a metallic taste, or fatigue. These are often, they kind of range in when patients could experience them, but more often they're not. They're experienced when patients have been on this medication for a long period of time. In this study, the idea behind it is that patients are only taking it for 3 months. And that is to help minimize any toxicity or side effects that patients could receive if they're given the medication for longer. With photodynamic therapy, some patients have experienced burning or stinging during the treatment. And a lot of patients compare it to feeling like a sunburn afterwards. However, these are localized to where we're treating the lesions, and they're also temporary changes. And then why this matters. So patients with Gorlin syndrome, they're often constantly receiving surgeries, or potentially there's lesions and spots that are not feasible for certain surgical treatments. And also scarring may result. And so this study is hoping to minimize all of that by treating the skin lesions all at once with the light in combination with the oral medication, to help reduce the burden of all of the surgeries. And then I also included here my contact information. This is my email address. I'm also going to send it in the chat. And then if you want to find out more about the study, this is the link, or this is the study ID number that you could look up. But yeah, like I said, we are located in Phoenix, Arizona. Does anyone have any questions?
Sarah, you mentioned 3 lesions. Where did those lesions need to be?
Good question. So the lesions need to be anywhere on the trunk, the extremities, or the face or neck. And they need at least 3.
We're seeing some, let's see, comments in the chat. There's concern. Somebody said they saw basal cell carcinomas return to treated areas with just the PDT. Can you talk about the combination?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So it looks like Crystal had commented that the BCCs came back to treated areas with just the PDT. Can you talk about the combination of the 2 therapies for this trial?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes, that is an understanding concern. However, that's the idea of this trial, is we're wanting to evaluate the combination of the 2 therapies. A lot of patients can still be in the trial that have previously not experienced successful treatment with even the hedgehog inhibitor. We're hoping that doing this combination approach helps alleviate those previous, I guess, failures to the treatments when they were done solo.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Do we have any other questions about this? And just to kind of do the big picture things, you're in Phoenix, is that right?
Yes.
And this is not one that has a travel stipend, but this would be a great opportunity for somebody who's in the Phoenix area.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. And then
Yes. I could put that into the chat right now.
perfect. All right, I'm checking the chat one more time. Until when are you enrolling participants?
We're actually enrolling until we receive, I guess, enough data. So it's hard to say when, but I do see us enrolling for at least the next year.
Okay. And all the therapies, including the hedgehog inhibitor, would be covered as part of the participation in this trial if they're in this. Okay.
Absolutely, yes. And we're also, we would be, as part of the trial, completing biopsies on one of the skin lesions at the start of the trial and also at the end of the trial. And this would also be something that's covered through the study.
Great. Thank you. Let's see, Julie.
So the visit, oh, sorry, I'm
No, if you
actively
don't mind,
saying
can you
these.
just read the question out
Yeah.
loud so that for the
So,
video, people who view it later will be able to know what the question was.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. So the question was, how many visits to Phoenix are necessary? So the screening visit would be the first one, and that's to see if you even qualify. So it's not for sure that you could even be in the study yet. However, that's the one first visit. The second one is after we determine that yes, you qualified. That is within 1 month of the first one. And then after that, you'll be seen at day 7, day 45, and day 75. And then there will be a follow-up 45 days after the day 75, and then a month thereafter. So it's a total of 180 days, if that helps. I don't think there are any questions.
Okay. All right. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing what you all are doing, and we're really happy to see work being done to try and improve therapies for our community. So we really appreciate all that you're doing and your time on a Sunday night. And we have one more question.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, Crystal, do you want to share your question? And you can take yourself off mute if you would like to. Okay. Crystal, we can connect you and you
Hey,
can use the,
Meredith, I have one more question. Sorry.
yeah.
Is there any drawdown for people who may be on Odomzo? Or do you need people off Odomzo prior to initiation? Or what is the criteria to enter the study?
Good question. Yes, there is a lot of inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria that we would make sure, even before you come to the site, we don't want to waste your time. But with the Adomzo question specifically, you would have to be off of it for about 3 months prior, just so we can make sure we get all of the levels situated. And I did get another question, direct message, and I will respond to that when I'm done with this as well, just so you know.
Okay.
I have one. I took myself off mute. My question is, how soon do you see results after this?
In terms of the reduction in the lesion size,
Yes.
okay, so what I can say is we've seen it as soon as the next visit after getting the treatment. We have seen like the size being reduced. But it's hard to give you a definitive answer because it's not like we're doing biopsies on the lesions every single visit, but I will say the size itself, based on the doctor's measurements, have shown to go down.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you again. That was excellent. And we've got her email in the chat. And if for some reason you miss it, you can always reach out to us and we will connect you with Sarah or with the site, and we can do follow-up questions that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Have a great evening. Okay, so we're going to move to our next topic. We wanted to share